7 natural hacks to drop high blood sugar quickly. It's that sudden jarring moment. You look at your glucose meter and the number staring back is not what you wanted to see. Your heart starts to pound, maybe a little panic sets in, and your mind scrambles for a quick fix. Anything to get that number down. Right now, it's a scary feeling that can make you feel completely out of control. But what if, in that moment, instead of spiraling, you had a set of reliable tools you could turn to? What if you could confidently and safely help your body get back on track? In this video, we're going to walk through 7 evidence-supported habits that can help you manage a surprise high. More importantly, we're going to talk about why they work and how to use them safely. Because while the title says quickly, our real goal here is empowerment. We're focusing on sustainable, doctor-approved strategies, not dangerous, overnight miracles. These habits are where fast enough meets safe enough. All right, before we dive in, we have to get serious for a second. This disclaimer is non-negotiable. The information in this video is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice. High blood sugar can be a big deal. If your numbers are consistently high, if you feel symptoms like intense thirst, constant peeing, blurred vision, or nausea, or if you are just not sure what to do, your first move should always be to call your doctor, hospital, ambulance service, or diabetes care team. Do not change your medication or insulin dose without their explicit advice. These hacks are supportive habits, not emergency treatments. Your personalized plan from your doctor is always your number 1 tool. Hack 1, the hydration helper, drink water. First up is something that sounds almost too simple. Go drink a big glass of water. Here's why it's not just a throwaway tip. When your blood sugar is high, the glucose in your blood becomes more concentrated. Think of it like this. If you have a spoonful of sugar in a tiny bit of water, it's a thick syrup. Add more water and you dilute it. Dehydration does something similar to your blood, making the sugar in it more concentrated and potentially worsening your high reading. By drinking water, you combat dehydration and support a better fluid balance. Water also helps your kidneys, which are your body's natural filtration system. When blood sugar is high, your kidneys work overtime to filter out excess glucose through urine. To do that job well, they need water. So while chugging water won't magically slash your blood sugar by itself, it supports your body's own processes for getting back to normal. It's a foundational first step. And stick to plain water. Sugary drinks, energy drinks, or juices will obviously just make things worse. Hack 2, the gentle burn. Take a light walk. After you've had some water, the next step is to get moving. And the key word here is gently. We're talking about a 15 to 20 minute brisk walk, not running a marathon. When you see a high number, it's tempting to want to punish your body with an intense workout to burn it off. But here's a weird fact. Really intense exercise can sometimes act as a stressor, releasing hormones like adrenaline that can temporarily make your blood sugar go even higher for some people. Instead, a gentle walk is your best friend. Why? Your muscles use glucose for fuel. When you start walking, your muscles start pulling that glucose out of your bloodstream to use for energy. This process can happen with less insulin, which is why it's so effective. It's like opening a side door for the sugar to leave your blood and go where it's needed. But, and this is a huge but, safety first. This is not for every situation. If your blood sugar is extremely high, for example, over 250 milligrams per deciliter, or 13.9 millimoles per liter, means very high blood sugar. This level is called severe hyperglycemia and can lead to serious health emergencies like diabetic ketoacidosis. You may test positive for ketones, especially if you have type 1 diabetes. Do not exercise. This can be dangerous and make things worse. If your reading is very high, say over 300 milligrams per deciliter or 16.7 millimoles per liter, even without ketones, it's best to be cautious and contact your doctor. When in doubt, call your healthcare team. As we get to our third hack, I hope you're seeing that managing blood sugar is all about building a toolbox of these small, smart habits. If you're finding this helpful and want to build a more consistent routine, I've put together a free daily blood sugar balance checklist. It's a simple guide to help you weave these habits into your life. Comment on the video. It's totally free. Just my gift to you for investing in your health today. Hack 3. The calming breath. Manage your stress response. Have you ever noticed your blood sugar go up on a really stressful day, even when you ate perfectly? Yeah, that's not your imagination. Stress has a direct physical impact on blood sugar. When you're stressed from a work deadline, an argument, or even the anxiety of seeing a high number, your body goes into fight or flight mode. This response floods your system with cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones tell your liver to dump stored sugar into your bloodstream for a quick energy boost. It's an ancient survival mechanism. But if you have diabetes, your body can't always produce the insulin needed to handle that sudden surge, and your numbers climb. So our third hack is to consciously interrupt that stress response. You can't eliminate stress, but you can manage your reaction to it. One of the fastest ways is with controlled breathing. Seriously, find a chair, close your eyes, and try this. Inhale slowly through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold it for 4 seconds, then exhale slowly through your mouth for 6 seconds. That slightly longer exhale helps activate your body's rest and digest system, which is the direct opposite of fight or flight. A few minutes of this can help stop that hormonal cascade, taking one more factor out of the high blood sugar equation. Hack 4, the smart plate, navigating hunger with a high. If your last meal is bad, the high blood sugar response will flow to the next meal as well. That is called second meal effect. Having a green tea may help you a little bit to tame the hunger. When your blood sugar is already high, the last thing you probably want to do is eat. And you should definitely avoid a carb-heavy or sugary snack. But what if it's been hours since you last ate and you're genuinely hungry? Ignoring that hunger can sometimes lead to overeating later. This hack isn't about eating to lower your blood sugar. It's about making the smartest choice if you need to eat anyway, to prevent making the situation worse. The goal is damage control. If you have to eat, think fiber, protein, and healthy fat. Fiber is amazing because your body doesn't digest it the way other foods are digested. It slows down the absorption of any other carbs, preventing a sharp spike. So, what does a smart, high stabilizing snack look like? We're talking small. A handful of walnuts, peanut or almonds, some celery sticks with soy spread, sliced cucumber with a bit of hummus. You can make it with chickpeas, tahini, lemon, olive oil, and garlic. It's a great standby pantry dip to provide nutrients and help you feel full without sending your blood sugar on another wild ride. It's about choosing a food that will help you level off, not one that will add fuel to the fire. Hack 5, the consistency key. Don't fall in the meal skipping trap. This one might feel counterintuitive, but it's crucial for long-term stability. Don't automatically skip your next planned meal to punish a high reading. Now, this is especially critical for anyone on diabetes medications, like insulin or sulfonylureas. Why? Because those medications are timed to work with the food you eat. If you take your medication but skip the meal it's meant to cover, you could be setting yourself up for a dangerous drop in blood sugar called hypoglycemia a few hours down the line. That can be even scarier than the high. Skipping a meal can also make you ravenously hungry later, causing you to overeat and start the whole roller coaster all over again. The goal isn't one perfect number, it's finding stability. Instead of skipping, make that next meal a textbook example of great blood sugar management. Follow your sick day plan if you have one. If not, ask your doctor at the next visit, what extra medication can I take if my sugar is very high, or I am sick and can't do any exercise to bring blood sugar down? Now for this meal, focus on a plate filled with non-starchy veggies, green leafy vegetables, a lean protein source, and healthy fats, while carefully managing your carb portion. This approach works with your body and your medication to gently guide your levels back into range without the risk of a crash. Hack 6. Drinking about 2 teaspoons of vinegar diluted in a glass of water after a meal can help reduce your blood sugar. It is significantly more effective when taken right before or during the meal. The active component in vinegar, acetic acid, interferes with your body's ability to break down starches. Acetic acid delays gastric emptying, meaning food moves from your stomach to your intestines more slowly. It temporarily blocks the enzymes responsible for digesting complex carbohydrates. It signals your muscles to pull glucose out of your bloodstream more efficiently. This combined action can flatten your post-meal glucose spike by up to 20% to 30%, but only if the meal actually contains complex carbohydrates or starches. Vinegar has virtually no impact on blood sugar if you eat a low-carb or very high-fiber meal. Hack 7. Eat foods rich in chromium and magnesium. High blood sugar levels in diabetes have been linked to micronutrient deficiencies, including chromium and magnesium. Chromium is involved in carb and fat metabolism. It may enhance insulin's action, thus aiding blood sugar regulation. Chromium-rich foods include beef, chicken, and whole grains, such as barley. Broccoli offers up to 22 micrograms per cooked cup. Meats like lean beef, turkey, and green beans provide about 2 micrograms per serving. Fruits and vegetables like almonds, green beans, and apples provide some chromium. Magnesium also benefits blood sugar level regulation. Diets rich in magnesium are associated with a significantly reduced risk of diabetes. In contrast, low magnesium levels may lead to insulin resistance and decreased glucose tolerance in people with diabetes. You likely won't benefit from magnesium supplements if you already eat plenty of magnesium-rich foods and have adequate blood magnesium levels. Remember, a high blood sugar reading is just a piece of data. It's not a moral failing, it's a signal. By using these safe, supportive habits, you can respond to that signal with confidence instead of panic. And most importantly, keep the conversation going with your doctor. They're your partner in this. Their advice is your single most powerful tool for staying healthy and feeling your best. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more evidence-based health info, and share your own experiences or questions in the comments below. Stay safe, stay empowered, and we'll see you in the next video.